for Turd Podcast, episode 254, Lamar, The Evil Dead, ranking. Let's do it.
Well, Joe, I mean, what can we say about Evil Dead? I mean, it's probably, the franchise itself is legendary to the horror community, to cinema, and basically, it's Bruce Campbell's, that's his thing.
Yeah.
And we can't end Halloween without talking about it, Joe.
Yeah.
We can't. Yeah.
It's been a while since we've done something like this, so we're going to
Yes.
do our ranking. We're going to both say our favorite in order from worst to first.
Might be some controversy, and I will say you're more familiar with it because you've seen them all before. Over the past couple of days, I saw all of them damn near back to back.
It's still surprising to me that you had never seen these.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, I tell you. Well, let's reveal our first one. So our number 5. Lamar, would you want to go first?
Sure. Mine would be 2013's Evil Dead.
Mine too.
Yeah, and here's my problem.
Okay.
After watching all of these, maybe I'm a little skewed, and we'll talk about, of course, what Evil Dead did when it was made. It's this weird thing where when they remake something, they make it super serious and dark and stuff like that. This one, I will say this, it was shot well and everything like that, but I felt like it was just kind of like, it's just darker Evil Dead.
Yeah. It's
That's
darker Evil Dead with no pizzazz, no flair to it. Not really a strong lead either. Nobody there had any charisma, especially after you've seen Bruce Campbell, who's all charisma. So this one just comes off flat.
That's part of my
Yeah.
because they take it too serious. That's the problem. That's what it is. Yes.
Well, time to reveal our number 4, Lamar. Mine's going to be a little controversial, I think.
I feel like mine might be more controversial, even though I don't know what yours is. I'm going to say mine.
All right, go say yours then.
My number four is Army of Darkness.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's not so controversial. My number 4 is the original, part 1.
You go ahead. I want to hear this. This is interesting to me.
I like it, and I respect it for what it did and everything, but it is super low budget, and I just feel like they did it better after. That's all.
I got something to say about what you just said there. Now, for me, Army of Darkness, I'm not saying it's bad. My thing is like with this series, and we have to give credit to Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi takes some freaking risks with his movies. Because with this one, after Evil Dead 2, it becomes kind of like a time travel sci-fi Knights of the Round Table movie. And you're like, what is this? It's related. I get it. It makes sense, but it's just kind of like, it's not even a horror movie, but it is funny though. I did like it. And it doesn't take itself seriously, and so it matches the tone, but it's not a horror movie. That's what's so weird to me. So like in the confines of Evil Dead being horror, that's why it's number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's another reason why part 1 is ranked number 4. And that's going to go into my number 3, which my number 3 is Evil Dead Rise. And I like it because it's the ultimate revenge film, Lamar. It's about a mother that has a bunch of awful children that cause all kinds of problems, and now she's getting revenge on them. That's all.
You know what's sad? That's my number 3 as well. For all the other reasons, I feel like this should have been the movie that they made to like kind of reboot the series. Because there's certain things that they keep in there. Number 1, they did a really good job shooting in one location.
Yeah.
Really good job. You hate the kids. Yes, they did ruin everything. Yeah.
Yeah. You see, it's a parable. This movie.
It isn't okay. Yeah, but the effects were good.
Yep,
I don't think there was a lot of digital,
there was.
but
There
it's
was
not
a.
a lot though,
It's
like compared to other
because the movie is
movies.
so dark too. It looks good.
Mm, maybe that's what it is. You need to shoot digital crap dark. But anyway,
Yeah,
I liked the story of it. I liked, the little, callbacks to the other movies and stuff
yep,
like that. So Evil Dead Rise, I did like it as like a horror movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell produced it. I thought it was good for all the same reasons. I thought maybe they could have added a little more campiness to it, just for the just sprinkle a little more camp, a little Dutch angle
Yeah.
here and there, just to. But they did have some nods to the other ones.
Yes.
Well, time to our reveal our number two pick. Lamar, go ahead.
My number two is Evil Dead.
Okay.
Evil Dead, when I saw it for the first time, first of all, yeah, it's low budget as hell. Like
Yeah.
it's like we know why it was shot in the in the woods. But to the credit of Sam Raimi, he really knows how to move the camera and direct things in a way where it's like in your face horror, scary, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, there were just parts of that movie where I'm just like, why don't they do this anymore?
Yeah.
Do people look, Hollywood or whoever, you don't have to run with the camera. Just do like the nice pushing. We have drones now. Do more of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that. And then back in the day, what was it, 1981? Big freaking cameras,
Yeah.
bruh. Dear God.
I think of course the famous shot, the shot through the woods, is just literally them on like a motorcycle, just flipping through the woods. Sped
Yes.
up a little bit in post or whatever, but yeah, it's great.
Yes.
I mean, my number two is Army of Darkness, Lamar. I love it. It's just a classic. The one-liners. I know it's not really a horror, but I just love it. That's all.
It is a silly fun movie. It is still made in a way where it's not like crappy, but
Yeah.
it's like it's fun.
And I
That's
think
what
more
it
people
is.
can enjoy it. Like you could be
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Hey mom, you want to watch Army of Darkness?" And I don't think she'd be so off put to like the others.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, that leaves us with our number one reveals, Lamar. Of course, mine is going to be Evil Dead Part 2, which is a part 2, but kind of a remake, actually.
I mine is Evil Dead 2,
Yeah.
and that's what I love about it
Yeah.
because I feel like what happened, I don't know the history of it. They saw Evil Dead and they said, "Okay, Sam, you get to make another one." And then
Yeah.
he was like, "Wait, you're giving me a budget?
Yeah.
Let me make the movie I really wanted
That's
to
pretty much what
make."
it is. Yeah.
Boom, that's what this movie
Yep.
was.
And I think
Yeah.
it's, when you look at Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2 has got the perfect mix of horror and comedy.
Yes.
And I know Bruce and Sam has always said like their two favorite things when they were growing up were horror movies and Three Stooges, and that's their style.
Yes.
So, I think part 2 is literally the perfect blend of that.
That's why I like it. I think it's known that I like horror comedy. There's a lot of horror comedy in this.
Yeah.
And I can't mention Sam Raimi enough, but then Bruce Campbell did a lot of like
Oh yeah.
his own stunts that
Throwing
look like and
himself
stuff
around
like.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of not just that, but a lot of physical acting and stuff. Giving it his all for this. So added on to that, that's why I have to say Evil Dead 2, best one out of
Yeah,
all
I
these.
agree. So
Yes.
that's our rankings, and the people watching can give their rankings in the comments section and all that. And
Hmm.
what did Lamar learn from his first time watching all the Evil Deads? What's your
I
takeaway?
I miss a lot of the campiness of horror movies.
Yeah,
I miss that. I When I was watching this, I was just like, okay, yes, in your horror movies, people die and stuff like that with the horror movies today. Have a little fun. Terrifier. Have some fun. It doesn't have to be doom and gloom. So that's what I miss. Just
Yeah.
the sick black humor from
Yeah.
these movies. Yeah.
My big takeaway is you're better off being a deadite than having a bunch of awful children. Does that wrap this up then, Lamar?
Yes, it does, Joe.
Evil Dead, every movie ranked. Peace.
Deuces.
Will swallow your soul, Lamar.
Yeah.